Alrighty, what's going on Discord today? Fuck me, I need a drink. Where's that bottle of Jack? Here we go again. I really don't want to do this, but I guess we're doing it. Whee! When I was beginning to write the script for this video, I had difficulties with how I was going to start this video. I sat like SpongeBob in a cafe for days trying to find the right words to start it off. And to this moment, I still don't know how to begin this video. Yeah, I just realized what I just said. So I guess I should start from the beginning. Now for context, my channel is not specifically targeted at calling people out on their bullshit. No. My content usually centers around my animations, small dubs, and anything I want to stick to the wall. And I hope that this will be the only video I ever release about this individual. I wasn't going to do a call out video on this individual I have known for almost a decade. But the more I researched this person I once called my friend, I realized that I was underestimating this individual's loyalty to their so-called friends. And I was going to submit this video on its own along with some evidence I collected over the years of this individual's lies, plagiarism, entitlement and narcissistic behaviour, and the treatment to their so-called friends. I, along with my closest friend and spicy sister Wolfie, have compiled so much evidence of this person's actions that it could be a small successful novel. A little backstory before we begin. 3 years ago, I wrote a very, and I mean very, damning article on DeviantArt about this individual and how damaging their friendship was. I have since removed it and kept a 36-page PDF document that sits rent-free on my hard drive with the intention that if they went back to their old ways of what I stated above, I would destroy them by releasing it to the public and calling them out. And I know this information I have will indeed destroy their career. But I'm not here to destroy people's careers. I am only informing people about what goes on after the videos are uploaded. But with that said, I think the newest evidence trumps everything to this day, and I may end up releasing this video with the old evidence about them if it has come to that. I have changed this individual's name and picture to save a witch hunt because I am not that cruel to call them out by their real name. But with everything I and a few people have gathered over the last few months, they will surely know who they are. I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, the Pink Poodle Saga! Usually this type of videos has some cute art in the background, but alas, I don't have anything like that. So I have some Minecraft gameplay just for you. So sit back, grab some snacks, your favourite plush, hell, your favourite weed, but I don't condone drugs on my channel. So without further ado, let's begin! I first met Pink back in 2009 and 2010 when Skype was a thing and Discord was still a glimmer in its creator's eye. We talked about our love for video games, our favourite movies, and what we wanted to be when we reached the good old 20s and 30s. I myself wanted to be an aspiring animator and herself a voice actress. She was already working on a stop motion project on YouTube that was pretty good for its time, and it features some amateur voice actors and my now husband, which has now moved on to bigger projects and are well-known voice actors today. We would talk practically every day and just having a laugh and spending time with each other as we lived on opposite sides of the world. She was based in England and I was based in Australia. Everything was good, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Little did I know that this would change in the following years. She then introduced me to her friend and my now honorary sister Wolfie, and the three of us were the best of buds. We moved on from stop motion to experimenting with animation using MMD, and would create characters alongside myself and Wolfie. Now Wolfie was working on MMD way longer than myself and Pink, and she would teach us the basics of model making, which is what I still do today. I created a project that's still in the works, and Pink began hers after mine. Now everything seemed okay at first, until I noticed little things that were similar to mine. And I know taking people's ideas and putting them into their own works isn't a crime, but it seemed fishy that everything she produced was after mine. And when I confronted her on these matters, she explained that they were ideas that she thought of. Something smells fishy to me. At the time I let it go, Now, I'm not going to cover the plagiarism side of this tale, as this would take up on the main focus of this video. No. This was just a little context. I am now going to explain to you the meat and potatoes of this video. The selfishness, entitlement, and toxic behavior, and somewhat narcissistic behavior of Pink, and how she should be avoided. If you follow her on her socials or on YouTube, then good for you. But a fair warning, those who you claim to idolize could not be true, as many people have another side of themselves that others don't see. When you have known this person for a decade, you tend to see things that people don't pick up on. So as I got in contact with Pink and had conversations with her privately, seeing her service and the way she acts on YouTube, you pick up signs that people don't see. So let's dabble into the evidence I have collected, as well as evidence from my sister of Pink. So Pink would every month brag about her sub count on YouTube. As of the date of this video, she has about 5k subs on her YouTube. And don't get me wrong, it's great to have a lot of subs, but it makes you think with the time span of her success, did she either buy her subs or are they bots? We don't know, as there is minimal ways of finding out. That was the first red flag of her behavior. As the days went by, we noticed she became less caring and more self-centered, and would use her disability as a crutch for people to feel sorry for her and pity her. As she has explained numerous times on voice chats on Facebook, she wants people to pity and feel sorry for her, which is a very dangerous mindset to have, as shown in screenshots I have had since the drama began, basing conversations that if they didn't center around her, you didn't matter. My sister Wolfie, as we'll explain in her portion of the video, has lymphedema, which if not treated can affect her movement in her legs and is scared of losing her job and the ability to walk. Pink didn't care about her condition, and when Wolfie explained in a call about her friend being homeless, she changed the subject. Pink has a really bad habit of changing the subject when she feels that the old conversation doesn't favour her. My second red flag with Pink was that she was always bragging about her new dog. Now it's fine to be excited about owning a new companion, but now her content on her YouTube is based on this dog and not on the main theme of her channel, which is for or being eaten by snakes or being strangled by snakes. A fetish that I don't like to dabble in. To each his own, I suppose. Now for all those who know how expensive pets can be, they can cost an arm and a leg. Occasionally, Pink would complain she lived in poverty and couldn't afford to buy things, which is a lie. In a now deleted voice chat we have had with her, she claimed that she didn't have any money, that she claimed her parents didn't allow her to buy expensive things, and all she had to do was just contribute to the household, which is what we do as adults. We work, we pay rent, and anything that comes with the territory of either renting or owning a home. This is a woman who is in her 30s, lives with her parents, and doesn't have to worry about being homeless or cares to get a job. She has been caught in the lies and has purchased very expensive figurines, which are in the hundreds. Why would someone who didn't have enough money go out and buy expensive merch? In a conversation that Pink had with my adoptive mother online, she claims that she buys the things and secretly brings them in the house so that her parents don't know that she's buying these things. A few months ago, she bought a Loungefly bag, and just recently, she bought a Loungefly wallet. Now for all those who know the Loungefly brand, they are an expensive bag brand specializing in Disney products. She has been warned by her parents that she can only purchase merchandise or anything at a max of £100. If you know Square Enix and PlayArt's Kai's figures, you will know that they are like £100 to maybe £150 as shown in these screenshots. So my question is, where is she getting the money from? Is she getting it from her disability income? Or is she saving up for it? Who knows? She has also stated that she has refused to even seek a job because she only wants to be a voice actress and only a voice actress. And when she is confronted by her parents, she has a hissy fit and claims that her parents are being too hard on her. I noticed similar traits to a narcissist and how they react to situations. Now for all those who have been associated with a narcissist and has a family member who suffers from narcissism, it can be hard to associate with that person. In fact, it's usually best to cut them out of your life because they tend to be rather nasty people. The way they act spells out special me. If you take the first letters of the symptoms of narcissism, I'll put a link in the description for further details. She could be very jealous of people's fame, very entitled, and has no empathy towards people and how they are feeling in real life. I've tried several times during the course of our friendship to help her grow as a voice actress because having ties with my husband, who is a voice actor, I've learned a little bit on how it works. She has been adamant that her takes and her voice acting videos are perfect and has no intention of changing anything. In fact, at one point, in a now deleted post, she was jealous of how my husband got into a big animation company in Australia and she wanted to be part of the fame. She went as far as harassing the creators through email. The creators don't answer emails related to voice acting auditions, and their process of scouting voice actors is from the actual voice actors themselves. For example, my husband landed the role of Lux in Metarunner, and the creators asked Dave to help them find people to voice these certain characters. He helped to find the perfect actors for these characters, and because of this, David has had creators ask him to fulfill roles. In a now deleted post on Facebook, she claimed that because she never achieved her dream of working with Glitch Productions and to be part of Metarunner, she had boycotted the franchise, claiming that she would never watch the episodes or the series again, but got caught out when she messaged me about a fan project that I was part of, and that she auditioned for. She claimed that she still watched the show, even though she was boycotting it, and went as far as making merchandise for the show that she kept for herself. A few months back, David once gave Pink advice on how to clean up her grammar and improve on her takes. Then Pink called David a bully. On a now deleted Facebook livestream, you will notice with Pink that anything negative is instantly removed to not leave a paper trail. But what she doesn't know is I screenshot everything. Because she called David, my husband, a caring man, a bully, this angered me to the point I confronted her and demanded she apologize to him. She apologized, but it felt forced and I left it there. When I approached her to voice chat about the lying part, she refused. And eventually we got her into a chat. But again, it felt forced. And I, at this point, felt like I was hitting my head against a wall. Pink has also been known to trace and manipulate images without credit, as shown in these screenshots. She has taken popular Dissidia images and has photo manipulated them to be like her characters. Now, when you are using bases to create characters or OCs, generally the rule of thumb is you credit the original artist, but in this case, she has failed to do so. She has also been proven to not credit artists who have provided artworks for her projects, and has even ignored people when they didn't want their artworks used. Wolfie has created an alternate design of Tifa, but Pink ignored her and went ahead and created a model without Wolfie's permission. Because of her actions, they had caused me to have severe anxiety attacks, depression, and feeling like I don't matter. In Wolfie's case, Pink's actions have almost caused her to end up in hospital. A few months back, Wolfie had asked Pink to donate a little bit of money to go towards a GoFundMe for her twins' cause, as she was raising money for her best friend, who was going to be homeless in a matter of weeks. She didn't need to donate too much, only $1, as anything would help. Pink refused to help the cause and decided she would invest her money into Square Enix merchandise, Jungle Book stuff, and plushies, which she destroys and makes customs of her OCs and many others. It's fine to make merch of your favourite franchise, but not to the extent of destroying something so expensive when she refused and didn't want to help. This infuriated Wolfie and has since given up on asking for help. Since the date of this video release, we have cut all ties with Pink as we feel that this toxic behaviour is damaging to our health. I found with Pink that she would rather be famous than spend any time with her friends online, stating that she cannot be online all day and expect to answer messages and be there 24/7, when in reality, that was never what we asked her to do. All we asked was for her to check on her friends and ask if they were okay. As for the merchandise she sells online regarding copyrights, she's even gone as far as ignoring legal help with merchandising on her Redbubble and TeePublic accounts. For all those who have been watching Disney lately, they have been targeting accounts that are selling anything that relates to their IP and have sued people on Etsy. I went as far as sending Pink evidence of what Disney has done, but I received no reply, no thanks, and to this day, the listings featuring Car are still active. She has basically taken Car from the Jungle Book and painted him pink, and has dubbed him the Pink Car.
Huh?
Oh, and adds little flowers and stuff like that.
You need to stop everything. This needs to stop. Now. This is not okay. This needs to stop now.
But it's photo manipulation. It's still Disney's IP. So you're not really changing anything, you're not really doing much with it, you're just selling copyright content. She has left a huge mark on a lot of fandubs and directors and voice acting projects that most directors will not work with her because of her unprofessional behaviour. Pink can seem like she is sweet, compassionate, and nice to your face, but that only lasts for a little while. When I eventually left her server a few months back, she didn't seem to care, or messaged me privately to ask if everything was okay. On that day, I had a mental breakdown and basically snapped, realising that her behaviour was damaging and I had to put my foot down and let her go, only to be greeted with screenshots of a conversation with Wolfie, who was in a panic mode because her twin was in immediate danger regarding bushfires that wiped out Maui. When Wolfie expressed how scared she was, Pink disregarded this and stated that the environment was far more important than the lives lost. This not only broke Wolfie's heart, but mine as well, as she showed no compassion for life itself. I have one final message from Wolfie. The message from Wolfie states, "It has been a long couple of months of dealing with this, but I need to reveal something I never told anyone but a few. Earlier this year, because of her fucking actions and the backstabbing I was experiencing as well as losing my best friend of 12 years, I was in the trenches of being suicidal. I had a plan, I had a method, and I had a date. To find myself when I didn't fucking care about living. The one thing I cannot come back from. It is the darkest, most sinister, most soul-crushing pit of despair, and pain unlike anything else on the planet. I do not care what transpires between two people, but when one of them genuinely wants to die, and you are mad that we didn't like your content or your pets, I have to ask, where is your fucking humanity? Poodle Puff, I pray to God you never come anywhere close to experiencing the agony of legitimately not wanting to live anymore. I genuinely just want you to get help and stop treating people like this. It is not okay." So it would have been around this time that I would be including Wolfie's portion of the video. But because we are running behind on time with how this video is going, we decided that we would do a little, say, interview so that Wolfie can clear up on her side of the video. She will release her video at another time, but it's important that we release this video of mine as soon as possible. So without further ado, people, let's dive into the interview that I had with Wolfie later that day. Alright, so we were going to include Wolfie's portion of the video at the end, but we decided that we needed to get this video out sooner than later, so I managed to drag Wolfie into a private call and she can explain her side of the story, the lymphedema, her basically what Pink did to her when I wasn't around. So you're hearing it from the horse's mouth and the truth of this matter and why this video is so important. So if you'd like to take it away, Wolfie, the stage is all yours.
Okay, so hello, if you're hearing my voice for the first time, I'm Wolfie. I go by Wolfietheoracle VA here on YouTube, Final Fantasy VII on DeviantArt, and you could always just call me by Yiva, Y-I-V-A. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here to basically give my side of things, as well as answer any questions Misakiii has for me. But going off what I have been shown in the video already, because I've been looking at the videos we've been going across it. The one thing that she said that I would be mentioning is the lymphedema part, and the lymphedema part is basically, as I've got it up here in front of me. Let me have a look properly, just make sure I'm on the right one. Yeah, from what it says here, because I put up on Google, does lymphedema go away? And it says there is no cure for lymphedema, but it's possible to control the main symptoms using a technique to minimize fluid buildup and stimulate the flow of fluid to the lymphatic system. So it also, from my own experience, causes swelling as well. But it can also make it very difficult to walk, depending on how severe the lymphedema is, and living with someone who also has lymphedema and seeing how it's debilitated them, it's a scary thing, and it's not something I'd even wish on my worst enemy. But I explained this to Pink, and Pink didn't bat an eye. All I got was, okay, I understand. Not an, are you okay? Not a, will you be okay? Just, okay, I understand. And then immediately change the subject.
As I stated in the video, she has a really terrible habit of changing the subject because the previous conversation doesn't favor her.
Yep.
And yet, we noticed before I left the server and when Wolfie explained about her being ill and stuff like that, when someone else was unwell, she basically asked them if they were okay or basically made them feel special, but never gave the satisfaction to Wolfie.
I don't know whether it was because we've had beef with her before or whether it was because they were closer in terms of friendship. I'm not entirely sure, but it just seemed very strange on how they treated them with all the respect in the world, but it just gave me complete disregard.
Yeah.
And like, I don't mean to sound like I'm being self-centered, but when someone has a illness like lymphedema, or for example, to put an example out, this guy, like say a family member of someone else like if someone has cancer, like there's no regard for human life at all in Pink.
Yeah.
I mean, I posted a while ago. I think it was a while ago. I can't exactly go check because I'm not in the server anymore. But I do remember one point posting a video of a horse hugging a lady, and that's what I used to get sometimes at the stables where I worked before. And she tried to basically quiz me or school me on how taking care of horses should work, that you shouldn't really be riding them and all that sort of bullshit. But some horses are bred to be ridden. Some horses are bred to be ridden, some aren't. It depends on the breed as well. But it just annoyed me as she was fighting with someone who has worked with horses for ages, and someone who also at the time, because you were in the server as well, if I recall at that point, Misakiii, you were also arguing with her, I think, because I think your sister is a veterinarian?
She is.
I believe?
Yes. I gave her my take on what my sister explained to me about how horses are trained and everything like that, and she basically had also said that when basically if the horse doesn't win in like, we have the Melbourne Cup, so I'll use that as an example. If a horse hasn't won, it gets shot, which is incorrect. The only time that a horse would be shot is if it was basically severely broke its leg and it couldn't be repaired. But there have been cases, and there have been cases where horses have broken their legs and they have avoided being shot. But this girl does not know how horse racing or horse care works.
And she doesn't even know how to take care of a dog either, for one. Because I'm disgusted at the way she's treating Carla, the dog.
Yeah.
I will say the name because, to be honest, at this point, I don't care.
Yes.
I really don't care. I'm done.
Yeah.
The way she's treating Carla is fucking disgusting. She takes the dog out in really, really hot weather to the point where the pavement is gonna hurt the dog's paws, and she's only a pup. And she's training the dog to bark at cats and bite people. That is not how you train a dog.
No. Because if the dog does attack, the dog will be put down.
Yeah. I've seen instances of dogs going completely fucking rabid because of the way they've been trained. And they've tasted blood, and they've had to be put down because they've just gone completely rabid.
Exactly. It's the same with if a dog bites another animal. It gets put down because it's got that taste. And she's training this dog. She might think it's funny, but when you look at it from years of dog owning animals, you can see automatic red flags.
The only reason I've noticed it as a red flag is because I trained a dog from a pup. I've been there. I've trained an Alsatian cross collie. I've sat and watched that dog grow up.
Yeah.
And it's just bringing up so many red flags. She doesn't know how to train a dog at all. And I've only recently today actually, as of recording this little interview Misakii's doing, I left her server for my own mental health, and literally an hour after she posted it, she put on her Facebook saying that she was using her autism as a fucking excuse and as a defense, even though I wasn't really having a go. I was just saying this is goodbye because I'm not coming back to the server. I need to leave for my own mental health.
She uses her disability as a crutch to make people feel sorry for her, as I've shown in screenshots. She makes people who have autism look bad. Like our friend, my friend Ace, or he used to be your friend, 12 years, decade best friend. He has high functioning autism, yet is able to go out and get a job, look after himself, and doesn't use it as a crutch.
And I'll be honest, yes, he used to, but he's grown out of it.
Yeah. But she's what? How old is she?
She is, I believe, 32.
She's 32. She lives with her parents and uses autism as a way of people to feel sorry for her, which is so wrong.
It gives people who actually have autism, and I'm going to say actually have autism because, to be honest, the way she's acting, she's not acting like it.
No.
It gives people who actually have autism a really bad name.
Yeah.
A very, very bad name. And it's how people with autism have got such a bad reputation.
Oh, yes. And the fact she doesn't want to work as well. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine, it's fine. She's admitted that to my face as well. She doesn't want to go out and work. She does not want to go out and work at all. She said it in a voice call to both me and my mom. She said she doesn't want to go out and work because the only thing she wants to do is voice act.
Well, there's nothing wrong with having a side job to help fund that dream. I mean, it's just, to her, it's just a dream. She needs to understand that if she continues the way that she's acting towards people, she's going to lose that opportunity to make her dream become a reality. I've tried to help her. I really have. But there's only so much you can do before you start bleeding out after hitting that head against the wall.
The one thing that has angered me is that your husband tried to help her and she called him a bully. I helped her and I didn't get any of that.
which is unbelievable. And I was fuming. And this
I
was...
taught her how to take criticism and the differences between the criticism. And that some of the criticism that she was getting, yes, was destructive criticism. Most of it was constructive. I taught her the difference between the two. And she still calls people a bully.
Yeah. And most people will not work with her.
I'm cutting ties with her, especially for work. I only kept her around as not only a friend, because I thought she was going to be my friend again, but as proven recently, I was wrong. But she is proved to me that she is not a friend.
No.
She was a work colleague.
Yes.
Nothing more.
And it was the same with me. I kept her around because she needed voices for certain characters. I fulfilled that, but after today, after this video goes live, there will be no more work from me for her. I'm done. And
Is there any other questions you want to ask?
No, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, you'll probably, when this video goes out a few months later, Wolfie's portion of the video that was supposed to be at the end of this video will be up. But like I said, I want to get this video out. I want the public to know about her and to... I'm not witch hunting. I'm making awareness.
No, this isn't a witch hunt. This isn't a witch hunt at all.
No. So please do not go out and attack this person.
If you do figure out who it is, of course.
Yes. But I have known for a fact that she has had people witch hunt on me at one point. When this drama...
Yeah, and me and Dave had to step in and go, oi, back off.
Yeah. A few months... When the first lot of drama happened, this was a bit about 3 years ago. I had somebody dive into my DMs on Facebook and ask me what the fuck was going on and why did I disconnect from her. And I explained that I did not want to associate with her and I did not appreciate sliding into my DMs and confronting me. Then when
because you had a panic attack that day, I remember that.
Yeah. And then the second time the whole drama happened, one of her friends from her server jumped in and asked what the fuck was going on. And asked about the plagiarism. And I explained it to them. They quickly took back everything they had said, but I didn't appreciate people witch hunting on me. But I think we have everything that we need.
Yep.
Oh, yes. Actually, one thing before I go, before I end this, I'll be posting it in the video. But I made the mistake when I did her chibi that I did not add a license agreement. Because if you go to one of her videos at the very end, you will notice that there is a chibi design on merchandise that she had promoted. She had not once confronted me or asked me, hey, would it be okay if I put the chibi design that you made for me on this? I would have said...
Had she asked you, it would have been completely different.
Yeah.
You would have given her a license agreement.
Yeah. But the fact I never got asked, it hurts. It really does hurt. And
it took years for us to even find it.
Yeah. It took 2 years to find it, actually. And I will be stating in the video that anything that's on there that represents that chibi is to be removed.
Yeah, because that's your artwork at the end of the day on a base of a chibi that you paid for.
Yes. I paid for the license to get that chibi.
Just a quick question about the chibi.
Yes.
Did it say when you bought it that it wasn't to be used commercially.
It could be used commercially as long as there was a license agreement. So if I wanted to say, for example, if I wanted to use a free version of that chibi, that base, if I wanted to put it on merchandise that was intended for money, I had to buy it itself.
Yeah.
But I paid for that base, and a lot of the other bases formed from that artist to basically put on merchandise, because I had planned on using it for merchandise. I just had to basically let the person know that they could not use it for commercial. And I did not do that, because I didn't even think that they were going to put it on a jacket or put it on
trusted them.
Yeah. And I've been doing internet marketing, learning all this stuff for 5 years, and know my ways around it. And she broke the law. She broke rules.
She's already breaking laws anyway, which is another reason why a lot of people aren't working with her, because they're looking into her.
Yes.
And seeing what laws that she has broken.
She's broken, I cannot think of how many laws she's broken, but I'm pretty sure she's broken more laws than I can count on my hand.
We're not saying that she's a criminal.
No.
Hell no. We're not saying she's a criminal. But it's just something we've noticed while working on the progress of the videos and working with her. We've noticed that some things are very sus.
Yes.
And that she's... I don't know how to put it into words, because it just shocks me. Like, it shocks me to the point I don't even have the words for it. And it's gotten to a point where I think it was... How long ago was it when we originally cut ties with her? Was it like 3 years ago?
3 years, yes.
I think it got to a point, because I think... Yeah, it was. No, wait. Was it? No, it was 5 years ago, because it wasn't until... Because back then, me and Ace were a thing.
Yes.
If you remember. Because at that point, I'd gotten really, really sick. And
yes.
we did a PSA back then on my channel.
Yes.
And I hid the video because we mended bridges.
Yeah.
But I will re-upload that live stream. I will unprivate it. I will put that back on live. So if people want to go and look at that and see our side of the story from back then everyone's more than welcome. But if you do want to know more about anything else in regards to that, you can come to us personally. We will not bite. And that's one misconception that and one of the lies that she has spread about us is that we're toxic people or very angry people, and we tend to bite at anybody who doesn't like us. And that's not the case. If anything, we're more welcoming than people understand and people realize.
Yes, and she's labeled me as terrifying, which, if anybody knows me, I'm far from that. Pissed me off, and yeah,
you're a teddy bear.
I am. I'm a cuddly teddy bear. But don't believe, like, if she turns around and she says, if I know her, once the video goes live, she will slander us completely on Facebook Live. She'll slander us on her Discord, on her DeviantArt, on her Twitter. Everything that she has socials on, she will name and shame us and make us out to be the bad guys. But our DMs are always open. You are more than welcome to approach us and ask for our side of the story that we haven't covered already. But when you interact with us, we aren't what she says or claims us to be.
We are actually more calmer than people realize, and we're more understanding than people realize.
Yes.
Although, one question I do have for you, though, Misakiii, and it's something that's been bugging me for a while. When you made... or not made, but when did she ask you to help her with the Aerith model that she made?
She asked me to go over it and check it, I did offer to, the beginning, I did offer to say, hey, if you do need advice on this model, but but I initially had said to her, because she was working on the model, but she was doing PNG versions of it, and I had said to her, if she wanted me to, I will put the model together for you and create it. And there was like 3 to 4 different prototypes of the model. There is a video, and this really angered me as well. I had, years ago, when her Aerith model was first made, I had actually done a video. I actually did a full walking video, motion animation of that opening that she did as a storyboard. She has not...
I remember that. I remember that because I helped you with the walking animation for Aerith.
Yes. That video doesn't...
You came to me and said, I can't figure out why the hands are clipping into the skirt. Could you give me a bit of help? And I edited the walking animation for you.
Yes. That video doesn't exist. What exists is her version of that animatic.
But I have her reaction to your video.
Yeah.
I have that in my folders. So if you want that, I will send that to you.
Yeah. And I think I still have the original animation somewhere deep in the hard drives.
One thing you'll notice with her is that her reactions when she does reaction videos, they're very, 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 very forced.
Yes.
And when I told Misakiii about my view of that video, because now looking back at it, back then it just seems like she was very overexcited or just very excited about it, as anyone would be. You know, make something of content that you haven't released yet, but you know that you're working with them on and they've done something special for you. You're going to react in a very overexerted manner in a video. But looking at it now and looking back at how she acted back then and how she's acting now, it's very, very, very forced. It's a very forced reaction.
Yes.
You can see it in her facial expressions.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I
will send you that video so you can put it up on screen as we're talking, so you can see what we mean.
Yeah. But I was gutted when she changed everything about the design. I don't call myself a whiz in terms of making models, but I have self-taught myself how to do textures on certain models and how to get the textures to look clean and properly. I fixed all those textures. I did 6 to 7 different textures for Aerith, from the stab wounds to the texturing on her shirt that is ripped. I found out that she used her old model that had the floating bandage, and I cleaned up that bandage model and she didn't even use it. So that was a kick in the gut. Like, if she didn't want to use it, that's fine, but I worked hard. And let me tell you, Aerith wasn't easy to fix. There was so much wrong with it. There was so much added textures and verts, and it looked like a hot mess. Now it looks clean, and now she's reverted back to the hot mess.
Yeah, one thing that to note is if you want something to look good in MMD, you need to fix layering. One of the things that is one big problem I've noticed with a lot of models is they have a lot of layering issues. Sorry, I had a hiccup in the middle of that. With models, the one thing to keep in mind is when you have a model and it's got a few not textures, but transparency, that's it. Transparency issues. You need to layer it correctly to get what is behind the top layer, or the thing that's like, say for example, you've got like feather earrings, for example, and they're hovering above the shoulder. If that is not layered correctly, the shoulder will be invisible on the feather textures.
Yes.
So you need to layer it right.
Yeah. Also, I've noticed when she's doing a lot of screenshots, there is a faint white back, like a border. When you're doing screenshots or pictures in MMD, you have to remove that outline, otherwise it just looks really off.
There is a way you can do that, and that's by turning the screen that you're using black.
Yes.
To have the black background. So when you put it in a PNG file, you don't have that white outline.
Yeah.
It's how our models look so clean.
Yes. And that's why there's no clipping issue. If there is a clipping issue, the model's animation will not be released. It was the same with the Hannah model she made.
Yeah, I remember you remade that.
Yes.
You remade that completely. And she just went ahead and fucking broke it. I spent 2 hours working on the hairstyle for one of the Hannah models, and she went ahead and completely annihilated it by messing with bones that didn't need to be messed with.
Yes. She has a really terrible habit of, if you make something nice for her in terms of models, she will destroy it because she doesn't like it. And she doesn't tell you. You find out later on.
One of the things I did for her was a Hannah in a fancy dress, and I'll mention this in my part, but that was one of the first instances of the plagiarism that came from my end, because I did that for, I think it was for her birthday one year, to kind of give her a bit of a cheer up present, and literally a month after I released my version, she released hers, saying that it was the more definitive version and the better version. Which, that hurt. That fucking hurt.
Yes. I remember you were distraught because of that.
I was gutted. Absolutely fucking gutted. It's like, for example, you've baked, like, I'm going to use this analogy, you've baked a cake for somebody, and you've done it at the kindness out of your heart, like I did with the model. And you've done it out of the kindness of your heart for somebody, someone that you trust, someone that, you know, you call your best friend. And literally a month, like not a month or even probably a day later, they've still got all that cake left that you made for them. And they've gone and made one themselves and called it the more better version.
Yeah.
Than what you've made.
Yes.
I lost confidence in myself because of that. And when I told Misakiii about it, she was not happy. She was livid.
Yes.
Especially considering I've been doing MMD a hell of a lot longer than Pink has.
Yes. With that said, I think we've gotten everything that we need. I will, after the video is released and everything like that, I may end up releasing the PDF or the PNG of the first lot of evidence.
Yeah, we do need to fix up a few screenshots because some people have complained that it is hard to read.
Yes, I've got to find those screenshots. They do have...
I've got a few of them, so I'll send it over.
Yeah. They do in fact feature her name, so we may end up blocking out her name. But I'm not sure.
To be honest, at this point, if we're cutting ties, we might as well just go the full hog.
Alright. So...
At this point, for the PDF at least.
Yes. For the video, her name will not be disclosed. For the PDF, her name will be disclosed. And everything will be exposed. So...
It's the same in the original live stream on my channel. Her name was mentioned, as well as everything else as well. So if you do go back and look at that, her name has been mentioned as well as her username. Just, I'm going to say, if you're going to be friends with her, be very, very wary. One thing I will say as well, and I just bring this up, be very careful around her, because while, yes, she has stolen stuff from us, she finds it fine when she does it to other people, but as soon as somebody does it to her, She hates them. She has a complete and gutted hatred for them.
And that's why she does...
And I only say that because there was a user, I won't share their username or their name at all, but they know who they are. They, without realizing, but without realizing, used one of Pink's pictures in one of their own artworks. And I think this, from what they said to me, they forgot to credit, or they didn't realize at the time. And because Pink had found out, she wasn't happy, and she's branded this person an enemy.
Yes.
Even though she's tried to apologize, she's not having it. She's not having any of it. And now she's put out a witch hunt for this person, who I am now standing behind 110%, because in my eyes this person has done nothing wrong, and they've exhibited in that server stalkerish behavior. So consider that a warning if you do decide to join that server and you wrong them in any way.
Just be wary of them. We say this as a precaution because we do not want any more people to go through what we have experienced with Pink.
Yeah. It's gotten to a point where I've been in the trenches of being suicidal. Misakii's been suicidal at some point. She's broken down into absolute tears, and there have been times where I've been in the middle of a live stream and I've had to shut off the live stream to be there for my sister.
And it's not fun when this person that you've been associated with for a decade treats you like you're nothing. That
Treats you like shit.
Yeah. She puts her own needs, her family's issues first, without realizing that everybody else is in the same boat. That's why in Australia we have a thing called Are You OK? Which is where we check in on our friends and our family to make sure that they are okay. With that,
one thing I will also, I'm just going to add this on, one thing that I will also say, and it's something that I've noticed as well that's also been bugging me, and I want to get this out, so I won't mention it in my video. One thing that she's also been known for is demanding. She will demand things from people, especially when it comes to respect.
Yes.
But if you want respect, it's earned.
Exactly.
If you want anything from people, it's earned. That is not how you behave when you want something from someone. You have to earn that respect.
Yes. And she also makes merchandise of people's characters and doesn't tell them, and keeps them for herself.
Didn't she make merch of with Dave's name on it, and he basically went for the jugular for it?
Yes. So he had done stuff for her, and she basically had put his name on it with, I don't believe he put his signature on it, but she was selling merchandise with his name on it. And he had asked her to take it down or you'll be in trouble.
Yeah, because he didn't even know, because I remember that, because I sent you the evidence of it, and he looked at it, and the response I heard was, "What the hell?"
Yes. I do have one final message to Pink if she is watching this. I do appreciate you making the merch for us, but if you think that after this you're going to get them back, you're not.
No. Hell fucking no.
We do appreciate it, and I had to ask twice for the plush that you had promised to give to David when we come and visit, but it took me a very angry letter to say, you promised to send this and you didn't send it. We didn't want this, we wanted that, because it was only right that you had sent the merch that was our intellectual property that you made without our consent.
As well as something that Dave had voiced as well, that you can't get merch of yet.
Yes, and that's not fair. So, thank you for the merch that you had made and sent to us, but you're not getting it back.
And my final message is more of a request, or not really a request, but this is my demand. Anything of our characters that you have, if you are watching this, Pink, anything of our characters, be it Kira, be it Willow, be it Yiva, be it anything of ours that you have, delete them from your files.
Yes.
We don't want you using our characters anymore.
And also too, I know I'm probably not going to include this in my last say, but I know that you made a model of Tifa that Wolfie had designed. You are not to use it. If you use it...
I've asked you twice. I've asked you twice not to use it, and you've gone ahead and done it anyway, even after I left the staff.
Let it be known that anything that features Tifa that was designed by Wolfie, I will make a copyright claim on. You are not to use it. That is not your design. You are not to use it. And I don't care if you have already used it in some of your videos. We're going to flag them because you did not have permission to make the model and use it. I do wish you good luck. I do wish you good luck, but we will not be associating with you anymore. We have officially cut ties with you. Do not contact us. We are done.
It's over. We're done. We don't want to be friends with you anymore either. So if you think we're going to be friends after this, we can't trust you.
We are finally getting off.
I trust you as far as I can throw you, and that's not very far.
We are.
I'll be honest. I'm a twig.
We are officially getting off this merry-go-round that has left us spinning for years, and we are walking away.
It's for our benefit of our mental health as well as yours as well, because it can't be good for you either. So it's for all of our sakes.
Yes. But good luck with everything. I do wish you inner peace. I do wish you will find happiness within yourself and your community. But that is out officially. Good luck, Pink. Yep. Goodbye.